Recently, I'm a mother of 2 small children, and I'm obviously very anxious about the future and what that future looks like for them. And I've been thinking on this poem for quite a while that I wanted to write, and I started writing it in a workshop, and I read the beginning, and everyone said, "Oh, that's good." And I went home, and I had 2 4 in the morning stints, and my son wasn't very well, and I wrote it, and I put it on Facebook, the words, and people said, "Oh, that's good." And someone said, "I'm going to film that, I'll take you out." And so I went out the next day, and we filmed it in the Bluebell Woods, this film, and now put it online, and now it's been seen by 55,000 people. And it's been shown at Oxford University in front of a group of ecology professors from around the world. It has been painted on the side of a grandfather's van in Australia as he drives across Australia to protest against the opening of a coal mine. It's just, yeah, it's obviously hit a nerve. I was gifted, and I managed to pass that on. But I'm going to share that with you now. I've only ever performed it in front of people, not on a film, once before, and that was like in a year. So this is, I might cry a little bit. I might not. You'll be disappointed if I don't. I'm like, how do I make myself cry every time? But it's not hard. Okay, it's called The Human Emergency. It's getting late, nearly 8:30 on a Tuesday, and my nose is in my daughter's hair again. A forest of sweet jasmine creepers, my salty tears, rain dripping from her bright green leaves. "Why are you crying, Mummy?" she says, flinging her spaghetti arms around my neck, squeezing. I can't breathe. "I've just read something sad on the news," I say. Peel her sticky fingers from her face, shake her off, look away from the blue-grey trust in her eyes, now reflected in the tiny screen in my hand, where I can still see David Attenborough's furrowed brows. Oil fields, coal mines, gas lines, burping clouds of unrelenting stupidity into the earth's storm-sodden hanky, leaving blood-stained tar in the creases where blue sky meets infinite space, in this place where oceans press plastic kisses to the shore. I try to smile, try to say, "Nothing for you to worry about, my love." But the lie is so big, it fattens my tongue. So I bury my face in her warm skin and breathe her life back into my body, into my bones, into my mother and her mother before, teachers, tailors, scullery maids, back, until she's just part of the chain, not the end of the line, not the last of our kind, not her. And then back, even further, to the beginning of everything, when we crawled out of the oceans and onto the shore to sit together, hand in hand with the mother of us all. And I know soon, one day soon, she'll discover the world we have left her. They'll teach her in school, the pilloried oceans, slush puppy icebergs, species extinction, sun-boiling bats. She'll see that big graph and the prognosis, and that will be that. Run home through the May blossom, sun on her face, to ask me the truth about our flatlining race. But I'm not a scientist. I'm just a mum. And I'm more scared of that moment than any other to come, because the truth in the hands of despair is as good as a gun. And how can I give her the world just to take it away? You see, I was 5 years old once, clutching my Christingle orange with the jelly tots on cocktail sticks. I slid open the bathroom door to see my dad at the sink. Picking at the wood chip on the wall, I said, "Dad, is there a God?" He looks up at me, fog on his glasses disguising his face, the weight of my question, the smell of citrus hanging in the steam between me and his answer. 1 second, nothing. 2 seconds. He briefly considers, but he is a man of truth and of science. He rests his tea on a brief history of time and watches Discovery until 9:30 every night, and he is always right. 3 seconds. He lifts his toothbrush to his lips, scratches his head. "No," he says gently. And with that tiny word, God is dead. I take my no into the hall, into my life. Out to this day, I have it right now, but it's never served me that well, or him for that matter. 30 years all alone in the house where we left and never returned to. My mum, my brother, and even the cat never came back. He just sits every night with his no and his science. And I know if I were to call him right now and say, Dad, is the human race over? Is there still any hope? He would raise his pipe to his toothless gums and say, nope, and continue to smoke. And that might be the truth, but it's not a good answer. And there may not be a God, but I know there is something, powerful magic that weaves all our lives, that pokes us and loves us and wants to evolve and survive. So when she asked me that question about the future of life on this earth, Dad, I've weighed up your truth, and I don't query your facts, but I question their worth. Isn't it better to say, it's incredibly scary, it's as bad as they say, but you are alive, and you are a miracle, and that has to mean something. And we might be standing at the moment where everything ends, but your generation has the power to save the whole world. And I'm going to help you, because I've got your back, and I am a miracle too. And guess what? There is something out there more courageous and potent than science, and I believe it will help us, because I've touched it, and I've felt it, and I've seen it in you.